is up, YouTube? Welcome to part 4 of the classroom setup series. If you have missed parts 1 through 3, I will link them up here. I will also link them down below. You will want to check out parts 1, 2, and 3 before getting into today's video. We are back in the classroom. I took some time away from the classroom because I haven't had a lot of guidance in regards to what things should look like, and the room is in a good spot besides the furniture, and I was waiting as long as I could to move furniture until I knew what things were going to look like in terms of distancing and those sorts of things. I still do not have full clarity on how the classroom needs to be set up for this school year. I'm assuming we're going to have all students on the first day of school, but I don't know what sort of distancing protocols we're going to have. Regardless, I'm getting to a point where I don't want to wait anymore, so I'm just going to set the room up how I wanted in a perfect world, like if everything was great, and then most likely we're going to have to change it, which was the same narrative of last school year, but regardless, we're going to make it happen. If I need to switch things, I could do it very quickly, but I'm going to set the room up so it starts to actually resemble a classroom. The day has come where I am getting rid of the horrible file cabinet. I mean, so much of what I do personally as a teacher is done digitally, and I have everything saved from my years of teaching nice and organized in Google folders where I can search for them and find what I need and have all of my resources. When things make it into this file cabinet, it basically for me becomes a dumping zone. I have never had a system for organizing paper, and I don't think I need to, fortunately, so I'm making the executive decision that I'm getting rid of the file cabinet, and I'm not even going to go through the things inside to organize them to keep, because it's mostly just piles of extra papers that I have saved in digital folders online. So we're just gonna pretend like it's empty and get rid of it. So if you're questioning whether to save or to get rid of, especially if you're a newer teacher, like if you're a newer teacher and you have all these materials from the teacher who was in the classroom previously, so let's say you're taking over the 4th grade at a new school, you're the new teacher and the veteran teacher who's been there for 30 years handed all these things over to you, I say get rid of it. Might be an unpopular opinion, but you're never going to actually go through it. And yes, I'm sure a lot of it is great, and I'm sure it's wonderful, but you're never going to have the time to go through it and actually find what's good and what's not good, so I say scrap it. It takes up space. Sorry if that's an unpopular opinion, but you're just never gonna go through it. In my previous video, I talked about one of my favorite back-to-school activities, which is when I have students on their Chromebooks brainstorm the things they want to see, hear, do, and feel in the classroom. We talk about the things that we do want to see, hear, do, and feel, and the things that we don't. These then become our class agreements, our class norms, expectations, rules, whatever you want to call them. They are displayed up here on the board. We refer to them all the time, and it is a way to hold students accountable to make sure that they are meeting our classroom expectations that they wanted to set as a class. These are things that they came up with, things that they agreed to, and we post them, we keep them up here, and we refer to them all the time. Toodles are little notes that students write to one another. This just says toodles, sorry about the glare, but toodles are little notes that students write to one another that celebrate all different things that are going on in the classroom. So when someone meets our expectations, when someone meets what we want to see, hear, do, and feel, we honor them with a toodle. They fill out a little slip of paper that is posted up here. We hang the toodles up using tape. They're just little notes that students write to one another. They can write toodles to teachers, to students in other classes, students in our class, again, as a way to celebrate great things that are going on. These two boards I'm leaving open because I have my small group table positioned right in front of them. This is usually where I pull small groups, where another teacher might pull a small group, and we like to use the boards that are right behind us, and then our different posters that are up here for students to refer to when they are working in a small group. I saw this idea on Instagram from Molly at Lessons with Laughter. I will tag her down below if you do not follow her over on Instagram. She uses these really fun laptop, Chromebook, iPad, water bottle, whatever stickers for her students, and I thought this idea was genius. She uses them as an incentive or just for fun. I think we're going to use them for a lot of really cool prizes. I currently have it displayed on my front board. I got one of these pocket charts off of Amazon and the stickers on Amazon. This entire thing was really inexpensive. I'll go ahead and link both the pocket chart and the stickers down below. I think I'm also going to get a second pack because I realized that this pack just had animals in it, but they're really cute and fun, and I think students are going to love it. We will use these for all sorts of prizes and incentives and just for fun, because why not? Who doesn't love a good sticker? And I thought displaying it at the front of the classroom would just look great and get them excited to win the stickers. We have furniture laid out. I am incredibly happy with how things turned out. I have had this set up before. I find that when giving lessons and delivering instruction, it is so nice to have students all together, really focused, facing the front of the classroom. When we work independently and in group work, which happens constantly throughout the day, we move desks, we move furniture. This is also why I have some additional seating set up around the classroom. Over here, I have some space for students to work in groups. I also have space in the back of the classroom, plenty of open floor space for students to collaborate. I also set up our comfortable little lounge area. Really nothing fancy here, just some beanbag options for students to move around. Very happy with how the space turned out. At the front of the classroom, I have my brand new cart, which I am excited about. I have my computer, speakers, document camera, a little extra thing for pens. My laptop is on my computer stand, and this is on wheels, which is really awesome. So I'm able to drag it out wherever I would like in the room and project up to the smartboard. I also hung our self-assessment posters. I got these for free on Teachers Pay Teachers. They help students assess where they are at, where they feel like their mastery is at. We refer to these each and every day, which is why I hung them right up at the front of the classroom so they can refer to them when we are learning something new, delivering instruction, and reviewing. I'm now tackling the door, which is something that is taken extremely seriously at my school. We all have extremely fun doors, so that is my next project. In a previous classroom setup video, I asked what you all think about leaving these cabinets blank or putting something on them. That was a mistake asking because I heard amazing arguments for both sides, but I ended up just deciding to hang my birthday display up here. I don't have my class list yet, so I don't have the ability to hang the candles on the cupcakes, but I will be placing some candles that come off with the student name and the date of their birth. So excited to display these at the back of the classroom. This is right above what I'm gonna call our student center. We have the pencil sharpener with the sign, obviously, that students must be 18 or over to operate. I have a couple students trained to appropriately use the pencil sharpener who take our dull pencils and put them in the sharp. I have lined paper. I will have just plain copy paper there as well for students to color if they have free time or things like that. And then things that we are constantly grabbing and using each and every day. So we have clipboards, whiteboards, whiteboard erasers, markers. I have the ones that go on top of a pencil, as well as these little emoji ones, which I thought were really fun, and actually one of you sent these to me, so thank you so much for donating to my classroom. If you are interested in donating to my classroom, my Amazon wish list is always in the description box. I also have some black markers, Sharpies for students to use, and then I have just some markers and crayons available for students. They have their own colored pencils, but these are the Colors of the World markers, colored pencils, and crayons for them to use as they wish. I realized that I never closed out of today's video, so thank you so much for tuning in to Classroom Setup Part 4. This is the final classroom setup video for the 2021-2022 school year. A more detailed, in-depth classroom tour video will be coming to your YouTube subscription box soon. With that being said, make sure you have hit that red subscription button down below so that you do not miss that video or any future videos. I really am looking forward to documenting my teaching experience this school year. As things are starting to get closer and closer to the first day of school, it is looking like the reality is it's not going to be the typical school year that many of us educators had hoped for. We are still dealing with the impacts of the pandemic on education, on the work that we are doing here in the classroom. So make sure to stay tuned for all of the updates, as there will be many to come. As always, I so appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.